why this cash could soon be trash. Hi, I'm Scott Jacobs. Look, the dollar has been essentially the gold standard, right? You buy foreign oil, right? If you're a foreign country, it's on the dollar, right? But what's happened here recently? The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And since the BRICS nations have been formed, numerous other countries from around the world, even some allies of the United States, have decided to jump onto the idea of formulating their own new currency that would, for the first time, be backed by real commodities, right? So those real commodities could be certainly precious metals. There's been more precious metals gobbled up by these foreign countries over the last several years than any other time in the point of history. Also, many of these other countries, their natural resources, whether that's oil or other types of minerals, they're all going to go on to their own currency, which is eventually going to devalue the dollar, okay? So if everything essentially was being valued in dollars and purchased in dollars, whether it's certainly foreign oil or just oil in general, and all of a sudden now oil is being purchased in the yuan, in Russian rubles, then all of a sudden the utilization, the need for dollars becomes significantly less and less valuable, which would ultimately mean that the price of our dollar and the strength of our dollar would begin to deteriorate. Foreign countries are kind of tired, of us kind of dictating to them what can or can't be done. And the fact that, in some regards, that the United States could kind of play the role of a little bit of a bully. So these guys are kind of getting together and saying, you know what, we've had enough, and we're going to form our own alliances, develop our own currency, and become less and less dependent on the dollar. What that's ultimately going to mean is the devaluation of the dollar is going to become a very real thing. So, we call this fiat currency. If I were having my gold coin or my silver coin in my hand, these are real tangible hard assets that if you hold them in your hand, you own them, right? This says, "In God we trust," but what is it really backed by, since we've been seeing all the things that have been happening within the banking system? With the devaluation of the dollar, the price of hard assets is really where the smart place is going to be for your money, right? So I've always been a believer in precious metals, and maybe that's for you, maybe it's not, but real estate. Real estate is the one hard asset, right? You own it, right? You control it, and there's going to be real value in that land, real value in the brick and mortar, that you have in your building, the rentable capability of those properties. As this starts to deteriorate due to the BRICS nations formulating their own currency based on commodities. If you haven't been paying attention to this is a great article behind me. It is one of many. If you just throw it into your Google search or your favorite search tool and just type in BRICS nations, BRICS, you will have a myriad of information for you to kind of look through. But I think the people that are going to do best with this are going to be the ones that put a plan in place with the understanding that this isn't going to be worth as much as we move it forward. We're already seeing the euro start to gain, leverage over the dollar, and I just see us living in a world here in the next few years where the dollar is no longer the gold standard, that all of a sudden the dollar is starting to lose its real purchasing value. It might be the best opportunity for you to start leaning into investment real estate. If you have any questions regarding any portion of this, I hope that you'll give me a call at the office, 703 area code 594-3800. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much.